What is going on? Hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Wow, it's here. Man, Final Four action was here. And we had, I'll be honest with you, a little bit surprised today. I thought we were going to get a Final Four that could possibly have two former champions of John Fox and Blake Power. But that didn't happen. And that's just why you got to play the game. And man, it's interesting to see how this all came out. And let me see here real quick. Let me pull up the results here real quick. Here we go. And let you guys see what happened today on the water. Renato Sorocha from Rhode Island defeats Blake Power 84 to 13.75. Looks like Blake just had his fish completely shut down. Renato Sorocha from Rhode Island actually goes to the championship, his first appearance at the championship. And everybody knows who John Fox is. He is the defending KBBT national champion. And he beat his friend, who has put up nothing but slabs the entire tournament. He beats Sean Hunt 103.75 to 92.25. And John is going to be able to do something that no one has really done in KBBT, and that is become a two-time champion with KBBT. And here is the man, the myth, the legend, 103.75, puts down the hammer on his boy, John Fox. You try to convince this guy to go on neutral water, and he said no. Boy, I wishes he would have done that now, man, because you laid the smackdown on him. What's going on, John?
Same old. How you been?
Man, hey, it's been great. Got a lot of work done today, dude. Got a ton of stuff. Man, it's exciting. Those of you guys who've missed it, John, I'm gonna share something real quick. We announced today earlier at noon. We announced the KBBT National Championship is up, buddy. There it is. The KBBT National Championship is here. You guys can sign up with the KBBT National Championship. It is on Fishing Chaos. There it is, buddy. That's a sweet looking logo, bro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, man. It looks like all official and everything. I mean, you know how it goes. But that's it, buddy. But we're excited about it, dude. John, tomorrow, man, you get to fish again, man. How's that feel?
Say that again.
I'm sorry. You get to fish again.
Yeah, I do. I thought you said tomorrow. I'm like,
it's not tomorrow. No, Saturday. I meant Saturday, dude. Saturday. You get to fish again. Yep. So
yeah.
How's that feel, dude?
It feels good. You know, I got in this bracket just something to do. You know, because I already qualified earlier.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, why not? And I've never won one. I've been to the Final Four in a regular bracket, you know, but so I figured why not? Once I started winning, I was like, well, let me try to see if I can win it now.
Well, might as well, man. If you're going to look, I don't ever try to enter something I don't want to win, right?
Right.
But John, you get a chance to do something that no one has accomplished, man. You a two-time KBBT champion, dude. Come on, let's go.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, not even the great Conrad Benetti has done that, dude.
Oh yeah, we're cracking on him already in the Copperhead chat room.
Take his title away, man. Well, good job, dude. Man, we talked earlier this morning, dude. You know, you're putting lines in. Kind of frustrating this morning, man. Did a little risky. Lost to 23 early at the Yak, man. That usually kind of defines your day, bro. But talk about your day, man. It's you live by the frog, you die by the frog. But it looks like it absolutely came up.
I started with my frog. My first fish was like a 16 and a half or something like that. And then I got to the back where I normally fish. And I picked my frog up and I threw over there and I watched it come out from underneath this pad of grass. I mean, because it was only like a foot deep. I watched him come out. I twitched the frog. I watched her run up to the frog. and I popped it one more time, and it was just like a bomb went off. And I jerked too early. I had her for a little bit, and when she jumped, oh my goodness, it was a 10. I've caught a 9.4. My PB is 24.75. And when she jumped, I was like, oh my God, that's a big bass. And then my frog comes back at me. I was flustered for a little while.
Right.
And then it was probably 20 minutes, and I was throwing a whopper plopper into the wood, and I was bringing it out, and I brought it out, and it just disappeared. Just boom, just disappeared. I set the hook. I had her. I thought I had her good. I went to reach for the net, and I seen her, and then the whopper plopper just come popping out. That was the 23 incher. She was right next to the kayak. I was just like, wow.
I say it all the time. That's what you get for using a net. Grab it like a man. That wouldn't have been. You know what I mean?
Yesterday, I had a 22 incher. I was pulling on it with my chatterbait, and I already had my net in the water. Well, my chatterbait popped out, and she just kept swimming slow, so I scooped her up.
Hey, that's a catch, right?
Yeah.
It's a catch, man. 100%, dude.
But I started cranking. Once I started cranking, I caught that 23. I caught that 22. I mean, and they were just crushing that crankbait.
John, I mean, you know as much as I know. That's more of a northern technique, and you know, people ask all the time, like, why do northerners do so well in Florida? And like, I tell them all the time, because these fish are so used to seeing the same old thing, man. Punching, you know, the grass baits, you know, the flipping, you know, and you know, the worms and all that stuff, the frogging, you know, top water. But man, anytime you can add an element like a jerk bait, a crank bait, or something to that effect, man, a lot of these fish just don't see it. I mean, I think that's why yourself bringing that technique into Florida, man. I think it helps you, man. I know you love cranking, man. I know you love going to these lakes that you could find wood and crank. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think that's one of the things that makes you successful, because you have that arsenal, man. You're not stuck on some of these so-called Florida methods, you know?
Oh, I love cranking. I got a box full of crankbaits.
Sure. You know, like back home in the Potomac River, you know, we you know, even there's a bunch of hydrilla, submerged hydrilla, you know, we're talking about like maybe 1 to 2 feet of, you know, water depth. I mean, we're still throwing a square bill right across and ripping it across that grass. We're not afraid to throw it across the grass or burning a rattle trap across it. Most guys wouldn't even think about throwing, you know, something that could get hung up in the grass like that. But I mean, Mike Iaconelli won the Potomac River event by doing that, you know, running a very shallow ended square bill or wobblehead across the grass and ripping it across, man. And again, it's a very powerful tool.
Yeah, when I fished the Potomac way back when, I was throwing a tube and a chatterbait.
Right. Yeah. Well, dude, so let me ask you, man. You know, I'll get you on the phone or on this. We had a hindsight is 2020 show, and I wanted to ask you, man, just off the cuff. I was trying to get you on and just get your opinion on this, but you are the co-angling champion, right? What year did you win? Like 2019, 2018?
Yeah, I won the what they call that living the dream package for a co-angler.
Right. And I mean, that's like $50,000, you know?
No, it was 30.
Oh, 30,000. Okay. 30,000. Okay. But still, I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a chunk of change.
It's just a drop in the bucket. It's 30 grand. No big deal. But with that being said, man, you know, I wanted to ask your opinion on this. And I think I asked you in the chat, but I really want you to explain the forward-facing sonar technology that's happening in kayak fishing. You know, it has changed the game, right? It has brought what we call the gap between, you know, being able to see these fish, you know, suspending, you know, and being able to chase these fish and in live time. But I truly think, man, like from a professional fishing standpoint, John, it has really made professional fishing extremely boring, right? But at the same time, you being a co-angler in the back of the boat, I mean, there's some very disadvantages because you're at the mercy of the boater, right? But the
Yep.
boater has an obligation to make sure that you guys are on fish, right? I mean, you guys pay the money. You guys, you know, are
The
there
only
to
thing the boater has to do is give us an area to cast to.
right.
There ain't got to be no fish, ain't got to be no rocks.
Mm.
If it's over the back of the motor, there's nothing you can do about it.
So do you not think that these co-anglers, I mean, put yourself back in this position, man. Don't you think these co-anglers are going to get sick and tired of watching these boaters chasing live facing sodar all day and playing video games and having no opportunity to fish?
Eventually, they will. When I mean, when I started doing it as a co-angler, yeah, we pay our entry fee, but it's more or less we're paying an entry fee for a guided bass fishing trip, because
Right.
we're the guy in the back of the boat. We learn. I have fished with some of the best. I have fished with pros. I have fished with local people that are legends.
Mm-hmm.
And I just sat in the back and soaked it all up. But as far as your front facing sonar goes, yeah, the co-anglers, I mean, that's why co-anglers win. A lot of times they only have, 9 pounds, 10 pounds.
Right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, not all boaters are schmoes, but you do have some that'll say, hey, there's a brush pile over here. It's a great big one. I'm going to turn the boat. That way we both can hit it. There are some of them too, but then there's them people, they'll use that live sonar, like you said, and they'll put that brush pile right in front of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I was fishing for $30,000, but the guy in the front of the boat, his excuse, he's fishing for $100,000.
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
No, I get it.
it's just, it's tit for tat, I guess. I mean, when he did me wrong in the All-American, I was like, I'm done. I'm
That was at
done
the
being a
Potomac, wasn't it?
co-angler. Huh?
That was at the Potomac, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
he got me good. I caught fish. First day I had like 2. The second day I had like 2, but I had one that was like 5 pounds or something like that. But it
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have moved me up in the standings or nothing like that. So I just released him. But when he first started, he would nose his boat into the docks. He was skipping docks.
Yeah.
The boat with the bass end be out the back. In rule, we're not allowed to cast past the
Middle
driving
boat line.
console.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I'm stuck. He's bed fishing, and it's really bad when they're bedding. Pro, he finds a 10-pounder. If it even acts like it wants to eat, he will sit there and sit there. I mean, even if it's 3-4 hours trying to get this fish to bite, and I've sat down in the back of the boat and I've put all my stuff up and I'm drinking pop and I'm on Facebook texting people.
Yeah. It's just no fun, man. I mean, no fun. But I mean, my whole
I lost you, Greg. Try to turn my phone.
You might have to go back out and go back in.
Think so?
Well,
he's frozen.
You're in a call, right?
Yeah. Hey, if you can hear me, Greg, I'm going to exit and then come back.
Oh, sorry, guys. Sorry, dude. John, come back on if you don't mind. If you don't mind. There we go. Oh, sorry, man. Looks like Vladimir Putin got a hold of our cell phone towers. So like what I said was, the co-anglers are going to get sick and tired of, having to deal with, all this stuff. I think it's going to be a great thing for kayak fishing, man. I think, the kayak fishermen are going to, the increase in the next 5 years is going to be exponential. And then you could use that same kind of technology on a kayak, and the cost of entry into kayak fishing, John, as you know, is way cheaper than getting to a bass boat. So I think we're all going to benefit, man. I really do. I think, the three major tours are going to benefit, exponentially. Everyone wants to scratch that itch, man. But, you're starting to see pros like Mike Iaconelli, Brian Latimer, I even heard Brandon Prosnick is starting to promote kayak fishing. And as these pros continue to, push kayak fishing, man, I think it's going to be a big, big deal, man.
I agree. I mean, I went from a boat to a kayak, and I absolutely love it. I mean, only times I don't love it is when my battery dies in my trolling motor and I got to paddle.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah,
man, does that suck?
that does suck, man. But I mean, hey, batteries go bad in the boats too, man. So
yep,
you got to charge them up. Well, John, man, look, man, congratulations, brother. You're fishing next week for the championship next Saturday against Renato. He's out of Rhode Island. He had a really strong, consistent bite wherever he's been. And here he is, man. So, but you have a chance to become a 2-time KBBT champion, getting the momentum going into, John, the national championships here, brother.
Oh yeah, I am so pumped. Yeah. I've got a couple different lakes that I'm fishing, and one of them is loaded with 10-pounders.
Yeah. Oh man, that's exciting, dude. That's exciting. We'll see what happens. Hopefully no one, bust them fish on you, man. But yeah, a lot of good competition. A lot of guys in Florida are going to be in this. It's a completely random draw, dude. And man, it's going to be fun and exciting. But
oh yeah,
John, I have to tell you, man, I know I keep on, saying this, but Florida is tricky at the end of April, man. Sometimes those basses don't cooperate.
It is, especially, I mean, where I'm fishing, I mean, it gets pressure.
Yep.
The one guy I talked to yesterday, he said, yeah, I was here Friday and caught like 40 bass in like 2 hours. I'm like, oh,
get off my fish.
I so wanted to say it. Go home.
Yeah, why would you stick 40 fish? Yeah.
Today I got lucky. I was the only one on that body of water until like 2:00.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I also want to congratulate Sean Hunt and Blake Power. They cashed a check. Sean was a KBBT rookie, man. Had a great run with some magical numbers. Something he will never forget, man. Being in a tournament and catching those. I mean, he had 325s, I think, in three rounds. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
he's got a special spot out there. He's going to be one you're going to have to watch. I'm telling you.
Oh, 100%. Well, he's qualified into the championship. And if you go to Fishing Chaos, type in 2022 KBBT National Championship, you can get registered. It's $150, guys. We're not doing a live event this year, and that has to do because we've heard, other anglers having other events going lined up, and also, I mean, gas and travel and all that stuff, man. We're trying to be cognizant of all that. You're more than welcome to travel. We're giving you the option to travel any public lake in the United States to face anybody at any time, man. So it's up to you. If you want to do it, you go do it, man. But by that time, John, as you know, the North wakes up, dude, and it's pre-spawn and spawn during that time. Holy smokes. I mean, some big bags should be coming through, man.
Well, the bass up north, they get fat. They get fat.
Yep.
The bass down here get long and fat.
They do. They get long and I mean, like right now, the fish I've been catching in Florida have been super skinny, sickly skinny, man. They've spawned out and they're just now coming to eating, man. But man, they're just sick looking.
Oh yeah.
Yep. But inches matter, man, not pounds.
That's it. So, in this game, it's all about the inches.
It's all about the inches. Exactly. Well, John, congratulations, man. Good job, dude. And off we go, man, to next Saturday. Hey, by the way, an ID just went out. Disregard it. It's my apologies. There's an ID that just went out on Fishing Chaos.
I seen that.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, Greg's on the ball.
No, we don't want to do that. Disregard it. We'll get you a new ID come Friday. Okay.
Okay.
All right, man. Well, guys, have a great one. We'll see you next week. John Fox versus Renato Sorocha in the championship. It's gonna be fun. We'll see it. Don't forget to sign up for the championship, guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.